Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitske. We begin with the majority of California placed under a COVID-19 curfew, with the governor placing 41 of 58 counties, including Kern, on stay-at-home orders during specific hours. The state's Secretary of Health and Human Services made the announcement.
We're asking that as part of this targeted, limited stay-at-home order, that people are home by 10 and stay home until 5 a.m.
Dr. Mark Galley says the limited stay-at-home order has been issued in order to avoid more severe restrictions still at the governor's disposal in the future. People will still be allowed to make a late-night run to the grocery store, get takeout food from restaurants, and walk the dog, for example. The stay-at-home order applies to all citizens and non-essential workers. The curfew takes effect tomorrow night and will remain in effect until December 21st. And this curfew comes as coronavirus cases continue to rise in Kern County. Kern Public Health adds 350 new cases today, along with 3 deaths. Our death toll now stands at 440. Public health officials say more than 37,000 people have been infected with the virus. 70 people are currently in the hospital. And as those cases continue to rise, it's more important than ever to know if you've been exposed. And a record number of people came out to do just that outside of our studios. So many people showed up to Compassion Corner yesterday at the corner of 22nd and L Street. Organizers ran out of tests. Officials say they were out of tests before 3:30 in the afternoon. Now, if you had made an appointment earlier in the day, you could still come down and get tested, but they had to turn away any of those who did not register beforehand. County officials are stressing the importance of everyone getting tested ahead of Thanksgiving, especially if you're making plans to get together with people outside of your household. And you're encouraged to get tested even if you are not showing any symptoms. And federal testing here in Kern County won't be a thing as of tomorrow. That's because the federal government is set to pull its testing sites out of Bakersfield, redeploying the other areas in the United States where the virus is quickly spreading. The federal government had established this COVID-19 testing site at the Kern County Fairgrounds, which was only supposed to be here for 12 days to mitigate a surge in cases over the summer. But 12 days turned into so much longer. The county wants to make clear its testing sites and resources are not going away. Mobile testing is still available. Public Health says there is more than enough free testing in our county. And promising news for Pfizer. They've announced they've requested emergency authorization for U.S. regulators to allow emergency use of its COVID-19 vaccine, possibly bringing limited stock of vaccines to the public as early as next month. Pfizer, which developed the vaccine with German partner BioNTech, says its vaccine is 95% effective. Among the more than 41,000 people in the trials, the company says there have been no serious side effects, with the most common being fatigue and a headache. If the FDA and its independent advisors approve the authorization, the decision will be kicked up to other U.S. officials on how to best distribute that vaccine. Now in your 17 Crime Watch, Bakersfield police are investigating a shooting in Central Bakersfield. Now, the call went out around 5:35 this morning for a report of a shooting victim found at a Rainbow Donuts. That's at the intersection of South Chester Avenue and Brundage Lane, just south of the Albertsons. Police say they found the victim, whose identity has not yet been released, with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Police say the victim was transported to the hospital and is expected to survive. No description of the shooter was released. And a murder mystery that took place right here in Bakersfield is now getting a national spotlight. Todd Chance, who was convicted this year of murdering her husband Todd, will be featured tonight on Dateline NBC. The former elementary school principal was found guilty of murdering Todd Chance in 2013. Prosecutors say she shot him with his gun in his car, then dumped his body in an orchard. She was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison. In an exclusive interview with Dateline, Chance tells Andrea Canning that she did not do it.
Are you capable of murdering someone?
No.
No. Did you plan the murder of your husband? Did you kill your husband?
No. No. I love my husband very much.
Dateline also hears from Todd's stepdaughter Jessica and retired Kern County Sheriff's Detective Kevin Brewer. Now you can watch Dateline NBC tonight here at 9 p.m. right on TV 17. Get ready for liftoff tomorrow as Falcon 9 rocket is set to launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base. You might just catch a glimpse of it tomorrow morning. The rocket is carrying NASA's Sentinel-6 sea level monitoring satellite. Liftoff is scheduled for 9:17 tomorrow morning. But of course, whether we get to see it from here all depends on the weather there. And as we segue over to Kevin once again, he is going to give us a look at our forecast for this week and ahead.
Take a look at our forecast for the remainder of today and heading into the weekend. Now, yesterday we did see a nice day with some morning fog in the morning and cleared out in the afternoon. Our high was 64 degrees. That's where we should be this time of year. And our record on this date, 83, set back in 1926. 447 will be your sunset tonight. We're under the zonal flow, which means we have a flow from the west to the east, and it's just streaming these clouds into Southern California, including Kern County. It's moisture starts, so not expecting rain. And then once this pushes out, we'll see clearing tomorrow. And we should see mostly sunny skies throughout the afternoon. We are tracking another system out of the Gulf of Alaska, but that system will remain into the Pacific Northwest, bringing more rain their direction. Regional forecast 63 in Sacramento today. Fresno at 60, lower 70s in LA and San Diego. Vegas should be right near 71 with Phoenix at 87. And the beaches, partly sunny skies and a nice temperature of 72 if you're headed out that way. A northeast wind 5 to 10. Air quality slipping a little bit. We were good yesterday, moderate today with an AQI at 53. And we will call for mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon here. 60 in Bakersfield, 61 in McFarland, 59 in Taft with a light wind for the mountains in the Kern River Valley. We're looking at 63 in Frazier Park, Tehachapi at 61, 60s in the Kern River Valley, but nearing 70 in east-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for the desert, mostly cloudy, 67 in Mojave, Ridgecrest at 70. Here's your extended forecast. Tomorrow, we should be mostly sunny, 62, 64 on Sunday. And then next week, Thanksgiving. Last year we had a lot of rain, not so much this year, partly cloudy and 60 for the mountains. We're looking at 60s through Sunday, 50s return Monday through Thursday. In fact, 53 and sunny on Thanksgiving for you. And then for the Kern River Valley, lower 70s for the weekend, back into those 60s by the start of next week. And if you're making holiday plans up in the Kern River Valley, partly cloudy on Thursday and a high right near 62. So overall, not a bad 7-day forecast for Kern County. Wish we could bring some rain in here in the short term, but it's just not going to happen anytime soon. That's a look at your forecast. We'll send it back over to you.
All right, thank you so much for that, Kevin. Well, now to the 21st Congressional District race between T.J. Cox and David Valadao. That's still up in the air weeks after Election Day, and we won't know until at least tomorrow. The Kings County Elections Department was temporarily closed last week due to a COVID-19 exposure. The count is expected to continue tomorrow. As of now, it's a tight race with David Valadao at 50.6% of votes with a total of 82,331 and incumbent T.J. Cox at 49.4% of those votes with a total of 80,535. That's a mere difference of just 1,796 votes. And tonight at 17 News, Eitan's Wallace will have a more in-depth look at this race. The Blessing Corner now Ministries is still in need of dozens of volunteers to help with their meal distribution event this Thanksgiving. Now, the annual event returns to provide Thanksgiving Day dinners from 11:30 to 2 p.m. at its church on Union Avenue and 1st Street. This year's event is a drive or walk-up event due to COVID-19. Masks are required. Pastor Bonnie Turner says they need about 30 volunteers to deliver and distribute those meals. You can register to volunteer or donate towards the dinners at theblessingcorner.com. And we're less than a week away from Thanksgiving, and the Upside Academy wants to help local families have food on their table this year. The nonprofit provides opportunities for youth ages 12 through 18 to give their time and talent to improve their communities through volunteering and community service hours.
This is our 6th annual free turkey giveaway. The only difference is it is a drive-by. It's a COVID drive-by that we're doing to make sure that we are supporting our community in a time of need. We are in need, but we're also in need within that need.
Now this year, the Upside Academy is giving away 250 turkeys at its free turkey drive-by. You can pick one up tomorrow from 8 a.m. until they are all gone. It's happening at the Greater Harvest Christian Center Church at 5421 Aldrin Court. You are asked to practice social distancing and remain in your vehicle. And this upcoming week, you can give blood and receive a prize. Now, Houchin Community Blood Bank is asking residents to come out and donate blood, platelets, and plasma to help restock their supply. And as an incentive, you could win up to $500. It's part of their Black Friday mystery boxes, which will run from this Monday through Saturday. All you have to do is donate and then choose a box that contains a gift card, possibly up to $500. Mystery boxes will be offered at both of their donor centers, along with their mobile blood drives. For a full list of their hours, head to hcbb.com. And switching gears now from Thanksgiving to Christmas, Holiday Lights at Calm is set to open to the public next week. Now, this year, the zoo is doing a drive-through event to keep people safe from COVID-19. It's a mile-long winding path through Calm's parking lot. Holiday Lights at Calm starts Saturday, November 28th, and it will run every night except Christmas from 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tickets are on sale now, and you can find more information on our website, kget.com.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.